Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Friday. Hope you're having a terrific end to your week. We are on newsbitcoin.com here, taking a look back. Although we are in October 2019, we're rewinding 5 years to October 2014 and taking a look at some of what the major projects look like at that time in terms of price. Also in terms of price, we're talking Ethereum here on cryptopolitan.com and how one analyst, at least one, suggests that it's likely to retest $200 based on some major factors here. Then on the slightly more negative side of news, coinounce.com, if Bitcoin fails, the whole industry will fail. That's according to Cardano founder, of course, Charles Hoskinson. And then finally, we'll be highlighting a John Mcafee tweet with a little bit of a twist. We'll get to that at the very end. But first, let's begin with this snapshot of the market on coinmarketcap.com, sitting at just below 225 billion total market cap. Bitcoin dominance at 66.8%. Bitcoin still holding strong, although it has retraced a little bit after the most recent pump. And as a result of that moderate, I'd say modest retracement, we are down a percentage point or two, maybe three in some of the top 10 projects here at the time of this recording. As you can see, Bitcoin sits at $8,356. Let's take a look now at the total market capitalization between April 2013 and October 2014. Volatility, as you can see, has always been a constant in this space. But at the time that this chart begins, we're looking at a total market cap of all of cryptocurrency at just over $1 billion US, maybe about 1.5 billion or so. And then it shot up. As you can see here, in the last quarter of 2013, the market experienced a euphoric explosion in prices, going up about tenfold to approximately $15 billion total market cap. Just for context, that would be the equivalent of today going to in excess of over $3 trillion. And then, as you can see, history repeats itself. There was a lot of euphoria, a lot of enthusiasm that kind of fizzled out. Things kind of waned. And looking now at October 2014, which is where we're going in just a second, we went back down to about 5.5 billion or so. So down just about 2/3. So here on news.bitcoin.com, if you'd bought these coins in 2014, this is what you'd have now. For those deeply engaged in the crypto space, days can seem like years for all the action, change, and heated debate packed in. Yes, and it's easy to forget just how far things have come. Not to put too fine a point on it, on how much money can be made, lost, or squandered. On October 11th, 2014, the top 10 coins by market cap were as follows. And check out some of these prices. We have Bitcoin at a price of $378 with only a total market cap of $5 billion. XRP was 0.4 cents. That's $0.004. Litecoin at $3.85. Dogecoin was around. People don't really talk about BitShares anymore. And we had another familiar name in the form of Dash at the bottom of the list here, $2.14. As the article points out, Bitcoin wasn't even $400 and XRP wasn't even a cent. And although some of those names didn't last, the question you may want to ask is, well, what would happen if you had a time machine and you went back, you invested $1,000, $100 each into those top 10 cryptos on the 11th of October 2014? Pause the video if you have to, take a moment and come up with an estimate. Well, the sum total of your investments in 2019 may be less than you were expecting, but if you did put $100 into each of those top 10 cryptos back in 2014, not counting the various forks that have taken place since then, those $1,000 evenly distributed across the top 10 would result in a portfolio today valued at $13,880. Not bad, but you wouldn't be a millionaire. And here's an interesting point as well. Of the top 10 coins invested in, only 4 would turn out to be losers. NXT resulting in a roughly $55 valuation today. PPC, NMC, and XCP. But check this out. If you had invested in XRP, Ripple, that was a 5,600% increase in price. And of course, guys, it's not always just about the money. It's not just about the investment and the return on that investment. But just wanted to do that little thought experiment for a second and remind you all of where we've been. We often talk about the most recent developments and what's happening in the present. But getting that reference check, kind of framing your analysis a little bit differently and rewinding every so often to another year, another time, days gone by, it's always interesting and definitely helps to put things in perspective. At the end of the day, we are all pioneers. We are all settlers in this space building up this new world, and volatility, just as a reminder, is constant. It's going to be here in 2019, in 2020, just as it was ever since 2013 and 14 as well. So let us know what you think about that in the comments below. Here now on cryptopolitan.com, there are major factors purportedly driving Ethereum price, which is likely to test the $200 range soon. In the current rally, Ethereum price pushed to $195. Ethereum, the queen of cryptocurrency, has been trading in the $188 to the $194 range as of recent days and weeks. But there are three major metrics here that are important to consider that may help push Ethereum over that $200 mark. Number one price factor is active addresses. Holders remain strong. Into the Block has stated that there is an increase of 10% of the number of active Ethereum addresses in the past week, indicating raised market movement. Active addresses being the key word there. Large daily transactions. Ethereum witnessed an increase of 75% on large daily transactions, a clear positive metric. More and more value up to $100,000 is transacted each day, displaying an increase of over 75%. And finally, trading volume has to be considered. In the last 24 hours, the total volume hit 1.12 million Ethereum. The rise of transactions worth more than $112,000 in just 24 hours indicates the consolidation of funds and increased trading. Now, of course, guys, this is not financial advice, nor is it any kind of a guarantee in any sense whatsoever that Ethereum will break over the $200 mark. But those are some positive reasons to perhaps have some optimism when considering Ethereum's future. And now with a counter-dose of, unfortunately, a little bit of pessimism on coinounce.com, if Bitcoin fails, the whole industry will fail, and that's according to Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. Now, this is a bit of a sensational article, and we can really sum it up with the following argument, is that Bitcoin is not only the underlying technology behind sort of second, third, fourth, and so on generations of cryptocurrency, but it's also kind of what gets all the attention, right? It has that first mover advantage. It's what's talked about in media, whether favorably or otherwise. And I guess Charles's argument is that with so much of the technology in other projects based on Bitcoin and so much of their popularity contingent on Bitcoin's popularity, well, what would happen if it were to fail one day, if it were just to completely fall out of favor? I don't think that would necessarily happen in an acute sense. It may hypothetically happen over many, many years, although I doubt that as well. But I think he's got a good point there. And what he's trying to suggest is that with some of the deficiencies of Bitcoin in terms of technology, again, it is one of the older projects. It doesn't have the most impressive technology out there. So with some of those deficiencies in mind, it sets itself up inevitably for this idea of being superseded by a superior project, by a better project. But of course, that succession has to happen with the right kind of timing. If it happens too soon, then we're all in for a world of trouble. There's a little bit more nuance to this article here, but it is a little bit sensationalized, I have to admit. Take a look at it. We'll link to it in the description below. And as always, let us know your thoughts on the issue. Finally, today we have this John McAfee update at Official McAfee. Check out what he's talking about. A good article on how to use my new DEX, decentralized exchange. And he is highlighting yours truly, altcoinbuzz.io. If you are interested in anything John McAfee related, or maybe the world of decentralized exchanges, check out this piece. This was written by Annie very recently. DEX, DEX, a step-by-step guide on how to use McAfee's exchange. Everybody is excited about John McAfee's new DEX. It promises anonymity, near zero fees, and innumerable coins listed. In this article, we will take a closer look at how it works. As with all of Annie's content, this is very feature-rich, very technical, and really gives you and provides a step-by-step guide on how to get started with this new system. So again, let us know your thoughts about this in the comments below. If this is of interest to you all members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, we will be spending more time on it, of course, and our thanks to Mr. John McAfee for the shout out. That about rounds it out for today, everybody. Do be sure you are following us on all the regular social media channels. Sign up for our newsletter and do check into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you've enjoyed today's video. All the best of luck if you choose to invest in course, but have a great Friday, everybody. A great start to your weekend. And as always, yes, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.